The Big Break Legacy is brought to you in partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry. These days, it's common knowledge that every business should have an online presence. Last week, Ezra challenged our 5 entrepreneurs to take their entrepreneurial expertise online. The teams were challenged to come up with a viable e-commerce venture using the resources provided in the MTN Business in a Box. Sebenzile, the blue chip, was placed in the 3-person team, giving her the advantage of a bigger team. But Sebenzile and Sean from the green team both came up for review. Ezra and his board felt that Sean should be sent home. Meanwhile, Graham took full advantage of all the elements of the Business in a Box. As a reward for his hard work, Graham was given the opportunity to dine with some of South Africa's industry greats. It's down to the wire, with only 4 of our original 12 entrepreneurs still remaining. Each of them has proven they're deserving of the 5 million rand investment into their business. But with the challenges getting harder every day, our 4 remaining contestants will have to give it everything they've got to stay in the running for that big break.
Business ideas and opportunities are everywhere, but it takes a certain kind of person to spot them. It takes an entrepreneur. Someone who can recognize an opportunity and turn it into a successful business. South Africa needs world-class entrepreneurs. The Big Break Legacy is going to find one. From thousands of hopefuls, 12 of the country's finest entrepreneurs made it through. From all walks of life, from all parts of the country, all with one thing in common. The drive and ambition to convince our 4 board members that they should be the winner of the 5 million rand investment prize. The Big Break Legacy.
We tend to think of entrepreneurship as business for adults, but marketers will tell you that children have a surprising influence on our spending power. So understanding what children want can help entrepreneurs identify potential opportunities. Our contestants will learn that children can offer some surprising lessons, even to the most experienced entrepreneur. I'm Masachaba Lekalake. Welcome to the Big Break Legacy. This week's entrepreneurial skill is converting ideas into action.
Morning, guys.
Morning, sir.
You look around, what do you see?
School ground. La School Bredel.
It's a primary school. It's La School Bredel. That's what it's called. It's amazing how much influence young kids have on a purchasing power. Any entrepreneur that takes that for granted should not be an entrepreneur. For the very first time, you guys are going to be working as individuals. So there are no teams today. Each one of you would be assigned a class of 19 kids. 4 of the children would be the representative of the class. That's the 4 that you guys are going to interact with. We have a market day tomorrow. You need to solicit ideas from them, which you are going to turn into a product to sell tomorrow. 4 things that we would be measuring you on are the research, interpretation of the child's idea into a product, the look and feel of your store, and 4thly, sales. Cannot overemphasize the importance of being a blue chip in this challenge. That is going to give you a significant advantage in the next challenge.
I love working in a team, but the way I work in a team is to work hard and not to impose on other people, and to perhaps sometimes change my personality to make sure that I'm evident in front of the camera. That was a little frustrating. So now that it's down to the individual task, it's a great opportunity.
In the toolkit, you each are going to be given 500 rands. The blue chip gets 700 rands to start with. That's a budget for you guys to go and buy material to use to design this product that you are going to sell tomorrow. You have a stationery box. We're giving you material, drawing board, everything that you need to create a product that you guys are going to sell tomorrow.
I was excited about the task because I've got kids at home, and dealing with these kids
they're almost the same age as my daughters.
Graham, please do come forward. Congratulations on being the blue chip. Well
very much,
deserved.
Ezra.
You did well.
Appreciate it.
You get to start the challenge with 700 rands.
Brilliant.
The other guys, you get to start with 500 rands. Huge advantage for you. And I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Any questions? Paul.
With the 500 Rand, is that our total limit? Meaning, can we get sponsors for some of the products that we're trying to sell?
No, you work with the 500 rands budget. That's it. No sponsors. Nothing is sponsored. All you have is 500 rands, except for the blue chip who starts with 700 rands. The kids are going to be part of the evaluation, so it's important to listen to the kids. They will evaluate how you've interpreted their idea into a product. It's very important to remember that.
The customers at the market, will parents and teachers be part of the customer base? Or
It's going to be the school only. The school only. It's going to be the school.
children and some teachers?
That is correct.
How many hours do we have here?
You will spend an hour with the children. After that, you have to come back, present a plan to us, and start working on your task.
Yeah, so when I heard about the task, I was actually very excited about it. You know, although it's simple, it's true entrepreneurship. Think of a business, fund it, make money, and take complete responsibility end to end. And working with kids, and I love kids.
Ezra invited Ellis to give the contestants some words of encouragement for this task.
Greetings, guys. You guys are now going to be working as individuals. And what that means is that we need to now see your individual mettle as entrepreneurs. Ezra has called it a challenge, but I think it's a great opportunity for you to capitalize on, to really see the good, true entrepreneur come out of you. Use this opportunity to let the individual entrepreneur in yourself come out. Let's get your hands dirty.
Listening is an important quality, as solutions and ideas can come from the unlikeliest of sources.
Today's challenge will test our entrepreneurs' listening skills. The entrepreneurs will have to ensure they understand the children fully and get their buy-in if they hope to win the challenge.
To win the competition and also to do something great, we've got to come up with a product that people are really going to want tomorrow.
Stickers. Snow cones. Snow cones. Food.
Who thinks snow cones better than break ices? It's a bit more original because you can get break ices every day, right? And it was a really nice experience for me just to be in my zone, you know, for an hour. I didn't think about anything other than the fact that I was having a good time working with these kids.
We all need to come up with great ideas of what we want to sell to the rest of the school, ne? So we must make sure that it's brilliant ideas so that the other classes don't have a chance on us, right?
Sunglasses.
Sunglasses, ooh.
Necklace.
Yeah.
Wristbands. I would say those mini rings that you get and then stickers.
The party rock store. Is that cool? Are we happy with that? Is everyone happy with that? I enjoyed the hour that I spent with the kids. I got to forget about everything, the pressure and everything else that happens throughout these shows.
Let's talk. Can you tell me, what do you guys have in your minds and what is it that we can do?
Toffee apples and pizza would work good.
I think it would be a good idea if you can sell pizza and cold drink.
Some children have like 50 Rand or 20 Rand, sometimes 100 Rand.
Put an interesting poster with colors and everything that says come buy for all this stuff and for cheap prices.
Guys, we have 3 people so far that says yo-yos. Who supports yo-yos? Initially, when I got here, I saw it was an African school. I was a bit scared that, hey, you know, certain kids at home, they teach them badly, and I thought that I'll have a problem being a black person in an African school, and then I spotted 2 black kids. I said, okay. And then later on, I managed, when I got into my class, the kids were fantastic, good kids.
I spoke to your tax shop lady. Do you guys like the tax shop? Yes. Are you guys okay with the tax shop type of prices?
Yes.
When it's market day, do you guys bring extra money along?
Yes.
What about a big competition?
Yes.
Okay.
Like a miniature soccer field. Like this one, you turn like this.
The football?
Yes.
Okay, that's a nice one.
Like a water balloon fight.
All right.
You can like climb in a sack and jump across a finish line, and the first one across the finish line gets a prize.
So I've been heavily involved in my church for a number of years now, all the way from toddlers to young adults. And so all that practice came through on that day, and that's why it seemed fluid, I suppose, and rather fun.
Now the contestants will head back to the briefing room to find out if the judges think they've done the right research to come up with marketable ideas for their stalls.
The name of our store is the Party Rock Store, which flows nicely with tomorrow's theme, which is the Pop Stars. They've got a competition called the Pop Stars. The products that we're going to be selling are boys' toys, the yo-yos, the cars and sunglasses, girls' accessories. We're going to be selling rings, head clips, earrings, as well as sunglasses. I'm going to have a raffle. If you spend this much, then you get to be, we're going to do a raffle for the winner. And then setup should start at about 10 o'clock in the morning.
What is your unique selling proposition?
My unique selling proposition is to align the accessories with what's going on tomorrow, the Pop Stars. I enjoyed myself. It gave me some time to just forget about everything else and just be myself in my space. So it was comfortable.
I didn't really get the sense that there's something really unique that has come out of the research that she has done.
I think it's very clever, aligning with the theme, and also having accessories that align with the theme. In other words, the bling bling, because it's a pop show. I think it's very clever.
We decided all together that why don't we create a thing called Funky Town. Funky Town will sell hot dogs with soda, and everybody who buys a hot dog and soda, they get a free toy. All the kids wanted toys like yo-yos, stickers and posters. Now I have to source a few stickers, a few posters, and a few yo-yos and create a happy meal for them. Our USP is the hot dogs with soda and a free toy for 15 Rand.
So what do you believe is going to make your products unique and different from the other three stalls?
The kids also wanted a clown, that there must be a clown around there that would entertain the kids. I'll just have to arrange some clown things. While we sell the hot dogs, they can have hot dogs, have a little joke there, and get a free toy. The presentation with the judges was very good because they liked what I presented.
The idea of Lebohang being the clown, the kids may find funny, but whether that will get the kids to buy anything remains to be seen.
The simplicity of his idea, I think that therein lies the power of his idea. You know, a meal and a free toy. And who doesn't like free stuff?
Afternoon, judges.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
You know the drill? We've got 1 minute.
I spent 40 minutes with the kids, and I found that actually all of the ideas were based on food and drink. And to be honest, to stand out from the other contestants, I had to take a step back to figure out what else can we offer the kids so they'd be excited to come to our store. We're running 3 separate competitions at our store. Firstly, for each of the classes, collect the number of squares. Every time you make a purchase, you get a square. The classroom that rounds up the most squares wins the competition at the end of the day. Then we've got a separate play area that after you've purchased the item, you go into, and you've got options to enter into 2 competitions. The one is, guess the number of sweets in the bottle and throw the can, which were both suggestions that the classroom gave me. Our big ticket item is candy floss. I'm getting the machine on a revenue basis at a later stage today.
Let's argue they've run out of money by the time they get to your store.
Oh, there's no chance. I've already asked them how much money they're bringing. And I thought it was between 0 and 10 Rand. And I asked them 10 and 20 Rand, and then 20 Rand above, and then 300 kids. So assuming at least 20 Rand per kid, it's 6 grand in play tomorrow. The key for tomorrow's task is if you can secure your supply chain. I've spoken to the lady at the tax shop, and she's giving exclusive rights to a stock. She needs to come back to me.
I was going to ask you about that. We did see you talking to the ladies at the
Yes, so
tax shop.
tomorrow, if things go well, I have exclusive rights to all the stock at cost price.
I felt that the presentation went really well. I really enjoyed it. I think my enthusiasm for the task came across rather well. The judges had friendly faces, which is a rare occurrence.
It's very interesting that Paul's idea is driven hugely by competition. So he's wanting for kids to come and really win stuff. I love the idea that he's gone and negotiated exclusivity with the canteen, killing the market, you know, competitors, as it were.
Hi, Graham.
Hi, Graham.
The centerpiece of the Crazy Shack is an ice cone machine that will churn out dozens of ice-cold, delicious ice cones to the kids in the 27-degree heat after their Idols concert. They'll also be able to take part in a massive sweet raffle, guess the number of sweets in a 2 kg jar for R5, and stand a chance to win 2 kilograms worth of sweets. I've also got 3 entertainers lined up who will provide face painting and balloon sculpting for the kids at a small fee of R10 per face paint or R10 per balloon sculpture.
What is the size of your market?
There's 300 children. I'd estimate that each child will bring something like 20 to 30 Rand. So the total market size is about 10,000 Rand in terms of the revenue pool at stake. I would hope to draw at least, I'd like to draw about a third of that at least to ensure that I'm the top selling stand. That's why I've got the 3 entertainers, because in terms of volume, face painting or balloon tying, you can do sort of 1 a minute. If you do the numbers, you need to have 3 or more entertainers. The one thing that I thought was going to work quite a lot in my favor was that I had enough money to actually get a piece of equipment to make stuff. So I had a snow cone machine, which let me have what I thought was going to be a fairly unique product.
Face painting, balloon sculpting, that's quintessential, you know, kids offering. Any kid will run into that stand.
He has both created the advantage that he has and he's earned it.
Yes.
And he's just, he recognizes it and is putting it to good use. And I think
He's optimizing his advantage.
Yes. That's brilliant.
As the new day dawns, the contestants have to rely on careful planning and clever use of the little time they have to make sure that their stalls are ready for market day.
Paul. Hey, morning. How are you? Morning, Graham. All right, good to meet you, man. All right, very well. Excellent, man.
Graham starts off the day by familiarizing himself with the art of ice cone making.
Okay. Oh, there's so much tartrazine. That's beautiful.
He hires the ice cone machine for 400 Rands and pays 200 Rands for supplies.
I've got my list of things to buy, the boys' toys as well as girls' accessories. And I hope I'll be done in 30 minutes.
Sebenzile decides to make savings on her budget by hunting for bargains at China Mall.
I'm looking for boys' toys. Which side?
My package, it's so good because they buy a hot dog, they get a Coke in a cup, and they will get a free yo-yo. There's value for money.
So we're now going to Macro to get sweets for one of the competitions. Let's guess how many sweets in the jar.
As Paul does the last of his shopping, he remembers to get a float, a crucial resource for any business.
This is 350 Rands worth of change and the other stuff over there.
Time is running out and Sebenzile has spent well over the 30 minutes she had planned to shop, and she's still not done.
The plan was to leave this place at 9:15. And last time I checked, the time was 5 past, at quarter to 10.
Paul's meticulous planning pays off as he arrives at the school hours ahead of his competitors.
The contestants are still not here. It's about 20 minutes from when I arrived. And I think everyone's going to be on edge because we've got 2 hours to go before we have to start selling. Moketse, Paul. Pleased to meet you. How's it, Paul? Temba.
The candy floss machine also arrives well in advance, allowing Paul to comfortably prepare his stall for selling time.
Cheers. So they taught me how to make the candy floss, and it's pretty cool. So I'm amped.
So we've got some 150 smackers. We've also got a face painter, 10 Rand for face painting, and I've also got, for the little kids, I've got a balloon sculptor. So the guy's going to come, we tie a balloon like in a dog or a cat or something. Do you think those are good products? Yeah. I think we're going to make money.
Right now, I would like us to go to Ponero Park at the checkers there to get some Viennas and rolls.
With only an hour left, Lebo decides that his plan to sell a hot dog, cool drink and free toy combo will not be enough.
I must do partnership with these people here. As I was coming in the shopping center, I saw your candy shop. I was wondering if you could organize that, those 2 stands plus, let's say, this Frutina thing. And then you guys can make money. Thank you, bye-bye.
Okay.
We are partners.
He makes a last-minute deal with a sweet shop to get 10% from the sales of slush
popcorn,
puppies,
balloons.
popcorn and balloons. The question is, will 10% be profitable enough? Sebenzile spends the little time that she has on organizing a loud hailer.
Mamela, I can't hold on anymore. It's fine. That's just, I'm running late. I need to go and set up. I should have been there already.
But will she make it back to the school on time to set up her stall? In an uncharacteristic move, Lebo spends a big portion of his budget on buying a small amount of stock at retail price. This may seriously affect his supply and profit margins.
It's 195.25. Thank you, buddy. Another stumbling block again. I can't use Irish's card.
Lebo's lack of planning lands him in more hot water when he realizes he has not arranged transport for the new machines.
Morning, guys.
Back at the school, Paul uses the time he has left to set up the children's games.
Put it here. These are to hopefully get them out there and then kind of get them interested in the questions and hopefully just they find themselves in front of my store at the end. You'll see some other questions that come up.
Although this is an individual task, Graham recognizes the power of teamwork by incorporating the children into his planning.
No, it's very cool. We'll stick it on the side here, and we're going to make a bigger version in spray paint on the tablecloth. So in other words, we need to make something.
How's it? We're here to see you, man.
Okay.
We've got a business proposal.
Yes.
3 kilometers from here or 4 kilometers from here, we need to fetch a popcorn machine.
Lebo narrowly escapes disaster by using his negotiating skills to arrange transport, but makes the mistake of using his float to pay for it.
Who is it?
With only 30 minutes until game time, Sebenzile has finally arrived. She still has a lot to accomplish before she's ready to open for business. It seems Paul's stall idea has an impact that goes beyond market day.
Each one of them is integrally involved. I'm just going to be overseeing everything, helping them make the sale, so perhaps they can actually learn from the entire process what I've done, so they can perhaps copy it next year if they need to. Pick it up, pick it up. There we go, that's a nice big one. Okay, well done. And this is 10 Rand, guys. This is this size, okay?
I think we're doing okay. Yeah, looks good. Hoping that we get lots of customers. The kids seemed excited earlier about the snow cones, so yeah, should be fun.
Lebo makes it back to the school by the skin of his teeth with only 15 minutes left to set up his stall.
The machine is on, it's ready. Let's get the popcorn one. I'll just put this here, to close off that.
All right. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah.
What's been going on? Behind on your planning?
Yeah, not in my planning execution. Because in terms of buying the stock, I was running on time, but I had to wait for one little thing that set me back for more than 40 minutes.
The contestants are now putting final touches to their stalls minutes before game time, but some are much more prepared than others. Lebo's plan to wear a clown suit is right on track. The contestants have to wait for the lunch break bell to ring before they can run to their individual stalls and begin to sell.
These are the snow cones, so it's got paper, pen and paper. Can you get pen and paper? Yes. Have you got?
We don't know the song. Who's paid?
One line, guys, one line. Okay.
When the kids started coming, we started making sales, and actually the only bit of anxiety I got was that we had 2 machines, and I asked one of the girls, Bernice, to help me make one of the candy floss on the other side.
Awesome. 10 rand for spook awesome, julle.
Paul's candy floss seems to be a real hit with the kids.
It's a nice sweet syrup, so it's very sweet and nice. Do you want one? It's 10 rand. We had a massive rush in the beginning. I think we got rid of like 100 snow cones in the first 30 minutes, so that was pretty epic. That job, that's the prize, yeah.
Graham's balloon animals and face painting were also making quite an impact. Liberal's clown suit definitely seemed to be paying off.
The other competitors, when they saw my goods, I think they saw that, I mean, really, they know me that I'm a man that can arrange and source things.
The girls came to my stand because they enjoyed those things. I mean, I had a lot of girly stuff, you know. I had bangles, I had hair clips, all sorts of things. So yeah, it was good to see a lot of those girls coming to my stand.
The girls may have been happy with the products, but what about the boys?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Woo! Fine, no rush. Okay, who wants this?
Paul's candy floss sells like hotcakes, and his kiddies games prove to be a big draw card. It seems that Lebo's helpers have disappeared and left him alone at the store.
I've been looking for you. Come in. Where's the other guy?
Some of his younger clients don't seem to be getting the attention they deserve. Lebo runs out of hot dogs after only making 24. He might have been able to draw the crowds, but in the end, he did not supply enough to meet their demand.
Guys, hello. The hot dogs are klaar. I got yo-yos, the stickers, slash puppy, cool run.
After using his float to pay for transport, Lebo is now struggling with change.
Auntie, they gave you 20 rand. You gave them 3 rand. You must give them 13 rand change for the slash puppy. You owe her 10 rand now.
The variety that Graham's store offers ensures that the kids keep asking for more.
We've already turned about 1.5 on snow cones. We've done about 20 face paints for a good $200, and I'm not sure how many balloons, but it's probably more like $500 worth of balloons. So I'm pretty sure we crossed the 2 grand mark a while ago, so it's exceeded my expectations. It's been a lot of fun too. Kids are enjoying it. It's a good vibe.
Sebenzile's lack of foresight in forging partnerships with suppliers has led her to run low on supplies and customers. Although the loud hailer is finally being put to good use, it's too little, too late.
Hello, you can come register your name for a raffle for headphones at Party Rock Store. My marketing strategy could have been better, you know, in terms of having clowns, hiring clowns, or just being a clown myself, you know, because as you can see, wherever there's clowns, the kids are there. But in terms of the sales, I'm doing well. I mean, I'm gonna be finished just now.
I've just arrived at the Liar School Bradel, and it looks like there's a lot of action happening behind me. The kids seem to be having such a great time. Each of our entrepreneurs has set up their stand, and it's going to be interesting to see which one of them really sort of understands what the children want. So let's go over and chat to them and see who's doing well and who's not. What was the thinking with your table? What's the whole theme?
Okay, the theme today, basically they had an idols show, so I wanted to link that to the theme to link my store to the theme of, to link my store to today's theme, which is why but they gave me this idea, Party Rock store.
Do you have any idea of the sort of figures you're sitting on at this point?
I haven't done my calculations because I'm busy.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
But
Busy is good.
Yeah,
Nonetheless.
busy is good.
It's a good sign.
Busy is good.
Okay, let me go check on the other guys.
Cool.
How are you doing in terms of sales? This is a fantastic idea.
We're doing very well. I think the kids are attracted to Michael. You can see they're loving the balloons. I mean, a lot of them have bought 2.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah. How much did this machine cost you, though? I know you had the advantage of having like a bit extra.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the rental of the machine cost about 400 Rand, and then I bought 200 and odd Rands worth of ice, syrups, cups, spoons, whatever. So I spent pretty much my whole budget on the snow cone thing. But if we sell out, we'll turn about 1,500. So, and it looks like we might get there. So that's
Wow,
pretty
you're
cool.
doing super well. I almost didn't recognize you.
Hi, Master Chaba.
How are you doing?
Very busy. I haven't stopped since it started.
I see you.
It's all over me. I'm amateur at this, to be honest.
Oh my goodness. Do you even have enough stock to supply to all these kids?
Time is the issue, not stock. I definitely got enough stock.
Okay, so it's just the time at this point.
Just the time.
So you're obviously doing a lot better than what you expected. Clearly by the sight of this queue. How many have you sold?
I must be at least 40, 50.
40, 50?
Yeah, it's been really busy, yeah.
And then how are you keeping up? I mean, look at these kids. Look at these queues.
My colleagues over here are taking the payments, and then they refer payments to me, but I can't keep up. I do too much sales.
Can I taste some?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
There you go.
Very good. All right, I'll chat to you later. What are you selling?
We're selling, what do you call that, frutina. It's like slash puppy. We've got popcorns. We've got party packs. We've got
bubble gum.
We've got hot dogs. We've got the bubble gum stand here. And our hot dogs are sold out. We had 24 hot dogs gone.
Gone?
Gone.
My goodness.
The arrangement with the popcorns is they came with their own popcorns.
Yeah.
They sell, I get 10%.
Who's they?
Yeah, I saw them at a shopping center in Bonaro Park and I spoke to them.
Okay.
They agreed.
How are your little salespeople there?
My salespeople, they are on top of the game. They are funky people.
Nice.
From Funky Town.
Like the Funky Clown.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, guys, time is up. Time is up. Stop selling. All contestants, stop selling. Come, guys, that's it.
The representatives from each of the classes are asked to judge on 3 criteria: how fun the stall was, the look of the stall, and value for money.
Wat het julle geleer uit vandag se ervaring?
Entrepreneurskap.
Entrepreneurskap. Baie mooi.
En as jy saam as 'n span werk, kan jy goed doen in dit.
Middag julle.
Middag.
Hoe gaan dit?
Goed.
Good. All right, so because you were our consumers, you guys get to be the baby judges today. I want to know from you how Sebenzile did with her stall, okay? What would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
6. 8.
8.
7.
7. 6. How do you think the stall looked on a scale of 1 to 10?
8.
8.
7.
Do you feel you got value for money?
7.
7.
Sebenzile gets a grand total of 7, and her stall made a profit of 795 Rand.
It was fun. Just, I think the kids were comfortable with me. Kept on saying, "Seps this, Seps that," you know. So yeah, it was cool. It was fun, and I enjoy the fact that even the task is finished, but when they get home tomorrow, the day after, they'll still have those things, you know.
Okay, Mensa, on a scale of 1 to 10, we're going to judge Graham's stall. How fun do you think the stall was?
9. 9.
9.
9.
9.
8.
8. How cool do you think Graham's stall looked on a scale of 1 to 10?
9. 8.
8.
9.
9. Do you feel you got value for your money?
8.
8.
8. 6.
6. So you did not feel you... Why not?
Baie mense het gesê dis te duur om te verkoop. Ja, van dis te klein koppies vir 10 Rand. 7.
7.
Graham gets a grand total of 8.25 and his store made a profit of 1,800 Rand.
The nice thing going into the judging by the kids was that they'd pretty much designed and created the whole stand themselves. So they designed the spray painted board, they chose the name, they pretty much crafted and actually made every element of the stand. So it would have been pretty tough for them to give it a bad mark, In the end, they gave a bunch of 9s. They hit me a little bit on value. I think my snow cones at 10 Rand were a bit rich, maybe.
Okay, thank you, judges. You're going to tell me on a scale of 1 to 10 how fun you thought Lebohang's stall was.
9.
9. 8.
8. 10.
How cool do you think Lebohang's stall was?
7.
Happiness?
9.
Isaac?
8.
Ruan?
8.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, do you feel you got value for your money?
8.
8. 7.
10.
Yeah.
Nice. So you were really impressed with the prices.
Lebo gets a grand total of 8.5 and his store made a profit of 884 Rand.
I felt pretty okay because the kid who was in my class gave me 10.
Happiness, Faith, Ruan, and Isaac, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fun was Paul's stall? Faith?
8.
8. Ruan?
8.
Happiness?
8.
8. Isaac?
10.
10. Now I want you to tell me how cool you think his stall looks. Happiness?
8.
8. Ruan?
9.
9. Faith?
9.
9. Isaac?
10.
10. Wow.
I like this.
You love this stall. Importantly, junior judges, did you get value for your money? Ruan?
7.
7. Faith?
8.
8. Isaac?
10.
10.
I don't know this kid, I promise.
Happiness? 10.
Oh wow, I don't know you at all.
Thank you.
Paul gets a grand total of 8.6 and his store made a profit of 1,200 Rand.
When they started judging me, I was like, oh man, they could go anywhere from 0 to 10. But once the numbers started coming out, I was pleasantly surprised. I really didn't expect such high marks, but and the one was biased, but I suppose every person had a bias, but I got full marks from the guy.
We've heard what the junior judges think of the contestants' performance. Now it's up to the judges to have the final say.
How's it, guys? How did you find the challenge?
Challenging, fun.
Challenge is challenging. You know it was meant to stretch you, right? You shall not go there. Paul, I was very impressed with how you organized yourselves and the way you executed the challenge. I think the idea of an educational kind of activity is sustainable. Well done to that.
Once I no longer had to work in a team, you would see the more determined, more focused Paul there because I didn't have to manage everyone else's objectives as well as mine.
Lebo, better planning would make you a better entrepreneur. I was very disappointed that you didn't have starting float. Very disappointed that your planning and your negotiations were not giving you an advantage, but very well done in terms of attracting foot traffic to your store.
The partnership that I created, that showed me being a strong entrepreneur, but it's the judge's call, what can I say?
Graham, I think that you did well. You did well in terms of getting foot traffic, in terms of the plan itself. Kids love seeing you in the dress code that you were in, both you and Lebo. Couldn't recognize you for a second.
So all aspects of the plan, there was nothing that I spoke to them about that didn't actually come off. And actually it went better than I expected even.
Sebs, I think the problem with you didn't plan properly. So your execution was flawed. Could have done better. You had a late start purely because there was no proper planning. It's important that you manage your time. It's important to organize. It's important to plan properly. Because if you had done that, you would not have had the challenges that you had today.
My marketing could have been better. You know, I could have been a clown or something. You know, yes, I stuck to the brief and I followed the research and tried to give the kids what they wanted, but I could have gone beyond that, you know.
You'd remember that at the beginning of the challenge, I did tell you guys it's no longer about teams. You're a one-man team. So this is the perfect opportunity to display and to demonstrate that you can start a business and sustain it as an entrepreneur. And as we move forward from now on, those of you that are still going to be with us, it's all about one man, one woman. I now am going to announce the person that really outsmarted everybody. Given the criteria, if you remember, we were measuring you on 4 things. Interpretation of the child's idea and turning that into a product that you guys were to sell in the market, which you did. The research that went into that, because you can't just come and price things out of affordability of the kids. And thirdly, we were looking for the look and feel of your stall and, of course, the sales. It was not just only us that reviewed you. It was the children, the teachers, as well as us, by way of observing what you guys were doing. And the blue chip for this challenge was Paul Kim. Come through, Paul. Congratulations, Paul. Congratulations.
Well, it says I've got a great advantage for the next challenge.
You have a huge advantage for the next challenge. We can only tell you what the advantage is on the day of the challenge.
When Ezra said what he said in the review room, when he started with it, giving the individual reviews, I thought perhaps there's an opportunity here to finally get another blue chip. And yeah, it happened today. So the plan worked, execution worked, and I got rewarded for that, which is a great feeling.
After the break, I'll call the 2 people that are up for review. And unfortunately, one of them would have to leave us. The 2 people that are up for review are Sebenzile Kumar and Lebogang.
No, I wasn't surprised when I was called up for review. I'm tired of saying that, you know. I should be surprised when I'm called up for review.
Everything was very well. The stall was looking nice, the look and feel was there, and it was profitable, you know.
You're here because you didn't meet the expectation in terms of the execution of the challenge, at least not to our satisfaction. You could have definitely done better if you had planned your time properly and executed properly. I'm now going to give each one of you 30 seconds to tell me why I should not be sending you home. Sebenzile, starting with you.
Yes, I could have planned better. My approach was long-term. You know, I gave the kids value for money. When they wake up tomorrow, they still have sunglasses, they'll still have the yo-yos and the cars that I gave them. And I think that's one thing that I got right. Yes, the planning could have been better. Thanks.
Lebogang, 30 seconds.
As an entrepreneur, I managed to organize 130 rands float, and people did see it. And also, I gave my clients real value for money, and I also made sure that they got everything else that they wanted, because they wanted more things, and I managed to see an opportunity at the Checkers, and I did a deal with the lady, and I gave them value for money.
Thank you. Let's confer, guys.
The board will now make a final decision on who stays and who goes home.
Sebenzile, Lebohang. Because you guys contributed to the education of young kids. I am saving you both.
Thank you.
I am saving you both.
I was up against Tulebo, but still, I knew that I have to fight to stay. But I knew it wasn't going to be easy. So when they said you're both staying, I was excited.
I felt very relieved because I definitely would like to win this challenge because that's my intention.
Hello, guys. Paul, congratulations on your blue chip.
Thank you very much.
You're obviously a man of many talents. Quite impressive how you worked that machine today.
Yes, but it did land up all over me. So
And the kids were obviously quite impressed as well. How did you get it that right?
well, to be honest, it actually landed in my lap. I ordered ice cream machines at the beginning. They couldn't give it to me, so they gave me candy machines. And then this morning I had a brief chat with the tax shop lady, and she said she's been trying to get it in for the last 2 years. And I thought, okay, we've got something here.
I suppose it's the most frustrating for Graham. I did get a blue chip. I've got a great advantage for the next episode or for the next challenge.
You know, from the point of view of someone not going home, I hadn't expected that. And to be honest, it makes my life more difficult because it just means I have to put in that same effort, that same work, the same amount of time again to achieve something that could have been achieved today, which is basically me surviving another round. You know, I got up early this morning, walked out to the car, and suddenly someone's slapping a blindfold on me.
You may take your blindfolds off. Take them off and see the beauty of the world.
Where are they coming from?
We must just rush, please, but
Over here!
there was a boat again coming that direction with Paul's things, and it was like crazy now.
No time for parking. The other guys are here. I just need them to throw it to me.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, here he is.
As you know, one of you has to go.